over here. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, as much as that sounds like that would work out, it really doesn't.
What doesn't work out?
Well, me and Matt were one.
Oh, well, yeah.
That was a funny joke.
Joke? Sure. Now that was a joke.
That was actually accurate. That was a joke.
Yeah.
You're
Alright.
the tops.
I think we're live.
We're live?
Yeah, I already hear it streaming.
Oh, there's is a weird delay on your screen for some reason.
You're a delay on my screen.
No, it's really tripping me out. There is a movement delay.
Probably.
It's really weird. I don't remember there being one before.
Then don't look at it.
It's so trippy.
You're the tops.
Yeah, good, we have audio.
Super trippy.
You're the Colosseum.
You want to get trippy with me?
Na 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 na.
Trippy.
No, that's
Getting jiggy with me.
jiggy with it.
Not getting trippy with me?
We don't have the rights to that song. We can't do that.
Does anyone have any rights to any song?
Actually, yeah. A lot of people have rights to songs.
My mom
We
even
don't.
has a right to a song, so.
And I have a right
Yeah.
to say what I want when I want. That's how I live.
Really want?
So tell
No,
us
that's
what
on
you
you.
want, what you really, really want.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want.
You wanna,
I wanna.
you wanna,
I wanna.
you wanna.
Really?
Really,
You
really,
really?
really want.
You really, really,
So
really?
zigga zigga?
Zigga zig ah.
I think it's Zigga Zig.
Ah. They did do a Pepsi promotion. The Spice Girls. Back in the day. They did
I remember
a
this.
series of ads for Pepsi.
Alright.
The joy of Pepsi.
Is it a joy?
Well, I mean, yeah, them and Britney Spears.
I know Britney Spears did
said
it.
Thing with the joy of Pepsi.
I don't think they ever. I don't think they ever explicitly
Joy of
said
Pepsi.
it. I don't think they ever explicitly
I
said.
think they did actually.
No. They always sang it.
Yeah.
So it's the joy of Pepsi.
No, I don't think Britney Spears was on the ad saying
The
drinking
joy
Pepsi
of
and goes,
Pepsi.
I really enjoy this Pepsi. No, I don't think that's what.
No. She's saying the joy of Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Because she ran out of things.
Please
whatever
don't.
rhymed with A.
A lot of things.
Pepsi.
No.
The 9 days.
Actually,
Baby.
it was like not the 90s anymore by the time this verse was added.
Oh baby,
Aired.
baby.
Well, like when they added the sugar.
Okay.
And
Oh, is that sugar?
Sugar.
Because sugar, we're going
Oh.
down swinging.
Hi! It's the Media Boat Podcast.
Welcome to the Media Boat Podcast.
We're both back in the studio at once. Hi.
With the same one?
Yes, I was gone last week.
Mike is back.
I'm back.
He's Mike. I'm Matt. This is the Media Boat Podcast. This is the 14th of June, 2017, and
This is episode 70, I believe.
wow, you're way off. Episode 76.
76. Wow, way
Yes.
off.
Is episode 76 Trombones, and we
Oh
have...
no.
No, we're not going to do that either.
Nope. This is episode 76,
Uh,
but it has already been here. So this is our E3 special.
So yeah, in
The
case
sequel.
you don't know anything about video games, this week was E3, or is still E3.
Some say
it's
it is
happening
always. It's
right
still
now.
going on.
It has been happening, and we have reports, not necessarily from the front. We're not in LA. We're not at the show, but we did watch the press conferences, or I did, and we
No,
did.
you're
We do
delayed,
know
Scott.
some news, so we will be reporting today, and we will also have a handful, I guess, of news stories from other
But
things.
for the most part, this will
But this
be
will
our
be a
video
video
game
game-centric
heavy.
episode.
Yes, episode.
Yes. So if you don't like video games, hey, maybe you'll learn something today. But we will have some other things, including the box office numbers.
Oh, so let's get right into it.
We should jump right into it because that's what we do here.
Yep. We literally jump ship as much as we can, and get right into the box office. Boom.
Yes. Boom. We were wrong.
I was right, actually.
You were
You
right.
were wrong.
I was wrong.
So yes, Wonder Woman was once again your #1 movie with 58 million.
Yay!
An
Yes.
impressive 43% drop for a superhero movie. Impressive because it didn't hit 50.
People like that movie, and that movie is also good.
Yep.
So I'm okay with this.
206 million domestic off of 150 box office. That thing's gonna make money. That thing's a sure hit for DC, which is exactly what they need.
Yeah.
Number 2 for Universal was The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
No, that's
Tom
something
Cruise.
else.
Okay. Tom Cruise with only 31 million.
Yeah. Well.
But his international numbers look great, though,
Yeah,
with 177 million.
But domestically, the Dark Universe is staggering out the gate.
Well, here's a good thing about it, though, is that the silver lining here is that it's the Dark Universe, and not the Dark
Right.
America.
No, we're living
You
in the
like
Dark
that.
America.
This is the darkest timeline.
Yeah.
This is the darkest timeline here.
That we are Dark America. No,
But-
No, that was 2008.
yeah. But yeah, so I mean, clearly here, not a great start for the Mummy here. at
Or
least.
for Universal.
Or for Universal. I think that they expected that thing to do better. I expected that thing to do better. I think Tom Cruise probably expected to do better. It seems like the apologist way of like all the articles are coming out to be like, why did the Mummy fail and all this stuff.
Yep.
I saw a couple different ones today, and everybody's blaming Tom Cruise.
Really?
Apparently, Tom Cruise had a lot of creative control over the movie,
Okay.
as he does because he's really
He's Tom
expensive,
Cruise.
and so you have to make him deals that he likes.
Yep.
And so it's probably like he gets to sit in on story meetings and stuff.
Like, hey, what if I did this?
Yeah.
And they have to find some way to make him do whatever crazy thing he comes up with.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm not going to throw blame here. I don't know if it's 100% Tom Cruise. I also think just a reboot of The Mummy is not the greatest idea in the world. And apparently, audiences don't care about The Mummy. Turns out. So, we'll see how better, if it does any better soon. Neither of us saw it, right? We have not seen The Mummy.
So I tried watching
You
this.
tried seeing The Mummy?
I tried seeing The
How'd
Mummy.
you fail to see The Mummy?
It was after being jet lagged.
Uh-huh.
So I flew into the city.
Yeah.
I was already on a 3-hour flight. I had 2 hours to kill. So I figured I'd go see The Mummy. I had everything I thought I needed for this movie until it started.
Yeah.
So it got through about the first 5 minutes, but it's going through the whole backstory of The Mummy.
Yeah.
And then right as it got to the end of it, where they were sealing her up, I was like, I don't need all this backstory. Evil Mummy's evil, I get it. And then I dozed off. And then I woke up when they were on the plane, doing the plane sequence.
Uh-huh.
I saw the plane sequence. I thought that looked good. Then everything went black, and then I kind of dozed off again.
So you slept through The Mummy.
A little bit.
Okay. So
And then I woke up again! During the big climactic battle. But I didn't realize what was going on. So I left her there in the restroom. I came back, and then it was 5 minutes into the movie.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So basically, you didn't see The Mummy.
No, but they got my money.
Yeah. So hey. Well, yeah. From what reviews are not positive on that thing.
Okay.
The thing is apparently kind of bad. So.
So my review is just as good
Is
as
accurate
anyone's.
that you slept through it?
Yes.
I mean, use that as our
It's
review.
as accurate as it can be.
That's our thoughts. That's our thoughts on The Mummy from Media Bow Podcast. So Mike slept through it.
It's a snooze fest.
Yep, literally. So yeah, The Mummy. What else was in our top 5?
Number 3 was Captain Underpants, your other superhero movie, with $12 million. 48% drop, $44 million off of 30 budget. It's okay.
Yeah.
Number 4 was Pirates of the Caribbean with $10 million, a 51% drop from last week. Only 135 domestically,
Yeah.
but internationally it's killing it.
Yeah, it's doing all right.
So, yep. You may not want to see it, but most likely get prepared for a Pirate 6. Because audiences love the world love these things.
So batten down the hatches. That's what pirates say, right? Well,
I
we'll
think
get to more pirates later.
I
but
think
anyway.
it's swap the decks.
No, you swap the decks. You don't swap the decks. You don't change one deck to another.
Yeah. You switch the decks and then you cut them. That way your opponent's not cheating.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
What?
Hand it to somebody else.
Yeah.
And they cut the deck.
What?
Yeah.
Hand it back to you.
Yeah. Cut the deck. You know, so
That
that's
works.
just, yeah.
Cutting the deck.
Yeah. You can cut the whole deck or just the tip.
We need to move on.
Let's move on.
It's number 5.
Number 5 was Guardians of the Galaxy. Still in your top 5.
Right.
With 6 million, 35% drop.
$888 million worldwide.
Yep.
That's a lot of money.
Yep. Will it cross the billion though?
Probably yes.
Nah, I don't know.
Yes.
It's got 200 million to go, and it's losing a lot of steam.
I don't know.
With summer coming up.
If you are curious about any of
get
these,
right close to it.
if you're curious about any of these numbers, if you want to see any of the worldwide or domestic totals for any of these movies, check out MediaBoatPodcast.com, where there's a story about the box office totals for you, waiting for you with that information. So check it out.
Yep.
MediaBoatPodcast.com.
It's up. It's live.
It's a website.
We are keeping it updated. Like almost
know.
daily.
Oh my
It's
god!
kinda crazy, right?
Yeah.
Daily. There's at least a story going up every day.
Yeah. I'm kind of happy with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, check it out.
Yep. And that means we have new movies coming up this week.
Okay.
We have Jaws Redux.
You mean
47 meters down.
right? It's a shark movie.
It's a shark movie.
Some person that reviewed it, according to the ad, says it's the best shark movie since Jaws. I highly doubt that, but that's what someone said.
I bet it's the same person who only saw Sharknado.
Yeah.
And that was it. And that's
I've
their
only
reference.
seen Sharknado.
I've only seen
It's the
Jaws.
best Sharknado.
I've seen Jaws and I've seen Sharknado.
This is the best shark movie I've seen since Jaws.
Yeah. And I saw Jaws like
Or-
10 years ago or something.
Or, here's another scenario. They just saw Jaws, like last week. And then they saw this.
Or, cross scenario, they've only seen snippets of Jaws, not the whole thing. So,
Or they saw Deep Blue Sea, thought it was Jaws.
Or they watched James Bond, saw Jaws the character. I thought that's what they're referring
The
to.
shark movie says Jaws. And the cutoff is the character from James Bond.
For James Bond GoldenEye.
Yeah. Jaws is not from GoldenEye.
What?
Or from, was it
I don't know.
Live Tries to Mount the Gun?
I
That
don't
was
know.
Golden Gun.
I actually, I don't even know what you just said.
Mount the
So
Golden
like,
Gun.
live, try, golden gun.
Live, Try, Die Hard. Repeat. The third.
None of those are movies. Anyway. So yeah. Do we have any news?
Well, we have more movies coming out this weekend.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's more.
Yeah, but wait, there's more. We have the sequel,
2?
Pac.
No. It's a sequel to what?
Pac.
So no.
Yes.
What?
We have Tupac,
Okay.
with All Eyes on Me.
Tupac's not alive.
I didn't say that he was alive. You said 2. I said Pac.
Tupac. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
this movie
Yes.
about Tupac.
Yes, the
is
movie about
out.
Tupac is called All Eyes on Me. It's out this weekend.
Okay.
See it if you're interested in how Tupac lived, died, and did not repeat.
Is this like a sequel of sorts to Straight Outta Compton?
No, I think it's a sequel to.
'Cause it would take place chronologically right after.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily a sequel, but it's definitely in that same vein of style. So, like, it could be good. Could be Oscar something.
Maybe.
To look forward to, maybe.
Sort of.
Eh.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Alright. But here's a movie you have heard of a lot about.
Yeah.
Yeah, one you're looking forward to.
Oh, sure.
Rough Night.
So, yeah. I don't know about this thing.
Good Girls Gone Bad with Dead Stripper.
That cast is stellar. That's a great cast.
It's a bad plot, though.
But yeah, I don't know how
That turn.
with the cliche. It seems like, yeah, they're just doing The Hangover. But apparently it's all right. I read a couple reviews today that seemed to like it.
Okay.
So it's funny, but I just don't know if it's for me.
You don't know if it's like haha funny or ho ho funny.
It's if it was ho ho funny, I would have some Hostess ho hos and it would be great.
Well, it's hoo-hoos.
No, those are ho hos. Hostess ho hos.
What's a ho-ho?
They're the Swiss cake rolls.
What's a ho-ho?
A ho is a Pokemon.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
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 Alright. And lastly, coming up this weekend, busy weekend, lots of new releases, will be your #1 movie. No matter what you say, no matter what you think, this movie will be #1.
Okay.
Talking about Cars 3.
The third Cars.
Yep.
The third Cars movie.
Yep.
People
Cars,
like cars.
Trifecta.
Yeah. If merchandise sales has told us anything, people love cars, specifically kids.
Yes.
Kids love cars. Like, cars is a huge industry for Disney.
And it's so
its own
simple.
thing.
It's so simple too. You just
Put eyes on
take
cars.
yeah, it's Eyes on Cars.
Put eyes on cars.
They already have a car diecast.
It's the sequel to Eyes on Me, Eyes on Cars.
Eyes on Cars.
So that's our box office. That's my box office title next week. Eyes on Cars beats Eyes on Me. I'm trying to do clever titles every week, and
Yes.
I don't know if I'm succeeding, but
It's a thing.
it's a thing. People do that.
Yeah, I try to do that with my titles here for the
No, specifically for box
podcasts.
office though,
Yeah.
because I that's fun. But yeah.
Yeah.
People like cars.
Yep.
It'll do good.
It'll do good.
As for the movie, do we think it's gonna be any good?
It's at 76% Rotten Tomatoes.
That's kind of how I felt about Cars 1. It was a firm.
Yeah, but Cars 1
70% for
ended
me.
with a 96 Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying personally.
Put it this way, this is going to be no Cars 2. Mater is nowhere to be seen in any of these trailers.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This thing is going to be a straight-up dramatic piece.
That's weird.
And it looks good.
I mean, yeah, it looks good because it's Pixar. Oh, I finally, speaking of things that look good in our Pixar, I finally saw Good Dinosaur when I was doing dog sitting at my sister's. It's boring. That movie is freaking boring.
I didn't say it was boring.
And the
I
whole
said it looked
time-
good.
And the whole time I was thinking, isn't this just the Land Before Time?
I didn't say it was boring. I just said it looked good.
It was boring. However, what I did enjoy, I watched Storks.
Really?
That's really funny.
Really? With
Yeah.
Andy Samberg?
It's really funny. Andy
Huh.
Samberg is great in that thing.
Huh.
And there's some really great lines in that movie. I was like, man, everybody slept on this movie. This is pretty good.
Okay.
And yeah, then I watched Good Dinosaur and I was like, I am super bored.
Mm-hmm.
I do not care about this. But yeah, Storks is a good movie. I
Okay.
enjoyed it, at least. Anyways, we're getting off topic.
Yep. Anyways, we got to put a number for Cars 3.
Do we?
Yep.
50.
50?
Is that low?
I'll go over on 50 if you want to go 50.
I'll go 50 then.
All right.
I feel like it's safe. Frickin',
I'll go over on that.
I don't know. In a world where The Mummy only makes 30, I'm okay with 50 for the cars. For
For the Cars?
Yes, the movie starring The Cars, the band.
Yes.
Filmed,
Okay, if you want to
filmed
go,
in stereo.
if you want to go 50, I'll go over 50 easily on that.
All right, fine.
All right.
You're probably gonna win, but I don't care. I'm not really worried.
Okay, so we're going over 50. That's Cars 3. Will be your number one movie next weekend.
Yeah, probably.
So let's get into some news here.
The bits. The bits.
The bits.
bits.
Okay, what's in the bits?
All right, real quickly on the bits.
Okay.
We have a sequel news for Goosebumps called Goosebumps Horrorland, and Jack Black will be returning.
Sure.
We also have a sequel to a movie no one thought should be a sequel.
Okay. Should have a sequel.
Yes. Mamma Mia.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yes.
That there's going to be a Mamma Mia sequel.
Yep.
And you have to say what the subtitle is because it's amazing.
Oh, I thought it was great.
Yes.
I mean, it's perfect.
Okay.
Because Mamma Mia, here we go again. My. That's the title they chose for it.
Yeah, that's pretty great. You can't not do that, actually.
I mean,
They had to.
I don't know if it was just some random pitch some guy had,
Yeah.
but it sounds...
Mamma Mia, colon,
Here we go again.
You have to do that.
It's hilarious.
You
It's
can't just
fr-
do Mamma Mia
It
too.
fits. It just fits.
It just fits. Anyways.
Anyways.
So yeah, that exists.
Yep.
Or will exist.
Yep.
And Amanda Seyfried is returning.
Yes, same
Because
with...
she has to.
Yeah, same with Meryl Streep
Yeah.
and Pierce Brosnan
Right.
and all those other guys in
And
there.
Colin
Apparently Colin Firth or Colin... Whatever.
Is
Co-
it Colin
Co-
Firth or Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell.
Colin... Damn it.
Colin Heads.
Colin in the air.
Colin in the air. Colin Mockery.
Twist. Colin Mockery is taking the part
Yes.
previously played by some other Colin.
Apparently, this will not only be a
Great.
sequel, but also a prequel. So they'll have
Uh-huh.
them as the older versions,
And
but also
younger.
have younger versions, like when they first met.
Okay, who's a younger Pierce Brosnan? Cast young Pierce Brosnan.
Josh Brolin.
No, young.
Oh,
Josh Brolin is like almost the same age as Pierce Brosnan. Let's be real.
really?
Like he's getting there.
No, his dad's up there.
Young.
Okay. Can we just cast that Hemsworth as one of these people?
A. Hemsworth.
A. Hemsworth?
Liam.
I didn't say which one. I said A. Hemsworth.
Well, not Chris.
He's
Chris
the-
Hemsworth, it does not look anything like Pierce Brosnan.
All right, so let's go with a
Liam
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Let's go with a Hemsworth. Let's go with a not Josh Gad, the other one.
Josh Gad. Jonah Hill.
Okay, no.
Is that not who you're thinking?
No, thinking about the other one.
The other one?
Let's pass Michael B. Jordan in this.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yes.
Wait, never mind.
I just...
Not gonna go there. Alright. It's a colorblind casting of Mamma Mia 2.
Yep.
Got it.
What?
Moving on.
Moving on. Alicia Vikander has announced that Tomb Raider.
Vicarious Pictures.
Yes, Vicarious Pictures have announced that Tomb Raider reboot,
yes.
sequel, reboot, whatever.
It's a reboot.
It's officially wrapped production,
So that
which
thing
means
is
going
done.
into post. Which means we get all the CGI expected out next year.
Early 2018 movie.
Probably.
That's a March
That's
movie.
a March. That's a March
That's
movie.
a March ass movie.
Yep, that's
if I
a
ever
March
heard
ass
any.
movie.
Yeah, that'll do okay.
Yep, that'll be good. That's a good March release, actually. Yeah. So look out for Tomb Raider coming in March.
Look it out. Look out for it.
Yep.
It's gonna raid your tomb.
I would totally rate her too.
I'm sorry.
Um,
Is she dead?
What?
Is she dead?
Didn't
You
say
can't
that.
raid her tomb unless she is dead.
Really?
Yes, unless she owns a plot of land that happens to have a tomb on it.
Yeah.
Then that would be her tomb.
Yeah, it's her
So
too.
she has a tomb. And you raid
Okay,
it.
guys,
Yes.
stop.
Okay. Yeah.
But-
Anyways.
I'll explore it.
Okay, you can explore her tomb.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Just don't raid it.
Okay. I won't take anything out of it. I'll just make
Alicia
sure everything's
Vikander
nice
worked
and-
hard on her tomb, okay?
Yes, I know she does.
She works hard
She works hard for the tomb.
for the tomb. Okay.
God.
Well,
Well, we also have. Side note, just for us, Diablo Draft House will be coming to LA
oh,
in
cool.
2018.
Awesome.
Finally, that's a thing that we will
We're
have.
gonna get one. Although we're never gonna go because it's in LA.
Yep, it's just like the other.
Yeah.
Who's Virginia Hammond?
That's a cool name.
I know, it's daughter of
Daryl Hammond.
Not the Hammond I was thinking of.
Oh, weird.
I was thinking of Jurassic Park Hammond.
That's always the Hammond I'm thinking of.
No, I was thinking of Jurassic Park Hammond.
Shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, but no.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the Diablo Draft House. Also, in other news, O'Shea Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Junior.
Shay Jackson.
Junior.
Yes, Junior.
Basically mini Ice Cube.
Mini Ice Cube. The tiny one.
Yeah, no, just
Cube Junior. The crushed setting on your ice maker.
That's what I was going for. Yes, thank you. He's apparently set to play Doc Ellis in a new baseball biopic about him.
Who's Doc Ellis? Mr. Sports.
He is the guy who pitched a no-hitter while on LSD.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. When was this?
There's actually
1976.
it's
I'm
in
just
the
guessing.
probably it's in the 60s or 70s.
Okay.
There's actually a documentary of it already on Netflix
Okay.
that you can watch. But this is gonna be the actual like cinematic movie version of it. So expect trippy shit on the baseball field.
Hey.
That's not Field of Dreams.
We'll talk more about acid trips later. We'll actually return to the theme. So thank
Okay.
you for bringing that up.
All right. So speaking of sports movies,
Uh-huh.
let's move on to television
Okay. Why not?
and talk about sports.
Because that's pretty much it for television.
That's basically it for
this week.
television.
Not
I mean,
a hot
nothing
TV
really
week.
happened in TV news.
New season of Face Off started.
It did.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like teams. It's weird.
Oh, it's back to teams.
It's back to teams.
Oh, do.
It's like two
two people.
Team. No, like team versus team.
Oh,
It's a proper reality show now.
Oh, okay.
It's like straight up like there's a losing team and one person gets kicked off of the losing team.
Ooh, okay.
They're doing that. They're making it a reality
It's
show.
a Survivor.
It's not nice people playing like everybody plays nice anymore.
It's not. Hey, I need help with this. Can you come help me with this?
There is some that, but they do have to ultimately lose people. So.
Yeah.
And there's like a person quote in charge unquote.
Oh,
for
project
each team
managers
this week.
and stuff.
A foreman.
Oh, a foreman.
A forewoman.
Ooh.
Perhaps. Yeah, it's an interesting format.
Forearm.
So we'll see where it goes.
Yes.
Actually, we only watched the first one. There was a second one. They aired 2 last night.
Okay.
So there's another one.
Hey.
we'll watch.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
We have some championships to announce.
We do.
Yep.
So winners were declared.
Yep, and some losers were defined.
There's some cups that got issued.
And
You know what I mean.
Some beers that got popped.
Poured on
Me.
you. Wait, what?
What?
No?
Pour some beers on me.
That's a bad idea.
No.
You get all sticky.
Yeah.
Pretty gross.
It's called a shower mat.
You're called a shower.
What?
I don't know.
It's called a golden shower.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Because-
That's not what that is.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
Yeah.
know
No.
where you're getting your information.
Yeah,
That's
because
not
when
what
they
that
pop the
is.
champagne, everyone just gets sprayed everywhere.
That's not what that
No.
is.
That's not what that
something
is.
else.
But
That's not what
it's
that
Gold
is.
Dom Perignon.
That's not
No,
what
it's
that
not.
is.
It's not. And it's not
But
a...
I can promise you.
Champagne.
Do not ask
Okay.
for a
Champagne.
golden.
Okay.
You
All right.
talk to your girlfriend about what a golden
Okay.
shower is.
Let's move on.
Anyways, some championships were announced. But they are repeat champions, so
Yeah.
it's not like
You're not listening to last year's podcast. These are just the winners again.
yes. We have for the NHL hockey teams, we have the Penguins of Pittsburgh
Yep.
winning yet again. Sidney Crosby winning the MVP yet again, being not only the youngest to win 2 championships, but the youngest to also win back-to-back, and only the third person to win the MVP award back-to-back for hockey.
Sure.
So, should he win maybe 2 more championships, he could probably say he could be considered the greatest ever.
Wow. That's kind of far-fetched considering
It is sounds
Wayne Gretzky
far-fetched.
is still alive.
Well, yes. Well, here's the thing, though, that Wayne Gretzky was considered the great one. When Sidney Crosby came into the draft in 2005, he was touted as the next one.
Oh, well.
So he's finally living up to all that hype.
So they knew.
Yeah, they knew how good he was. This is just proving how good he is. And yeah,
Okay.
so congratulations to Sidney Crosby and the
for him.
Penguins, and congratulations, Aaron. I know you're not going to listen to this, but you're my resident Penguins fan. Also, Megan, your dad works for the Penguins, and I need to meet him still. But yeah,
Someday.
yes, you remember Megan.
I do. Anyways.
Anyways, NBA time,
Yes.
championships.
Then there was also basketball.
Yep, basketball also ended. So, some people got dunked on. Some jams were made.
There were balls and holes.
Balls and holes. So I'm not saying to say yours, but the Golden State Warriors are your winners.
Stuck on that man, huh? On it.
I wasn't expecting it that time.
You were.
I was not.
Oh, yes.
Should've been.
Your Golden State
Shut it
Warriors.
down.
You should
Shut
have
it
been.
down.
Your Golden
Shut it
State
down.
Warriors are once again your NBA champions. This makes it 2 in 3 years, but they also went up against the LeBrons of Cleveland, which
LeBron James.
basically. So these 2 teams have met the past 3 years. They're already expecting them to meet in the finals again next year. And the season literally just ended.
Guys, is basketball boring?
I mean,
Like, I feel like it's boring.
I mean,
Right now, at least.
Well, no, we're back into the '80s where it was just the
Two
Lakers
teams.
and the Celtics
Yeah.
constantly
Constantly.
winning.
Or the 90s where it's the Bulls and everybody else.
Bulls and Pistons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like I like it when sports are unpredictable. I like it when you hear that teams that never make it. You know, like I like when, for example, the Cubs win the World Series. Stuff like that is exciting.
Yeah. And
This is not exciting.
And some like it hot.
This is true. This is very true. Hey, nobody's perfect. Anyways, famous last line from Some Like It Hot.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yep.
okay, moving on.
Uh,
What else we got?
yeah.
Besides sports.
That means Kevin Durant, the Durant.
My favorite Pokemon.
Also, someone's Pokemon out there.
My favorite Pokemon.
The Durant named
Kevin
Kevin was the MVP. This just-
MVP.
yes, he was the MVP. This just proves that Westbrook was holding him back the entire time.
Sure.
Moving
I don't know what
on.
that is, but-
Yep, that's all we
You're
have.
Right. Okay, what else?
All right. So now we are going to go to the music.
Okay, what do we got?
All right. So we have Taylor Swift.
I was hoping we were going to talk about this because this is pretty catty.
Yeah. So, return of Taylor Swift, the revengeing.
So yeah, back in 2014, before Taylor released her last album,
1989.
1989, but in 2014.
Yes.
Get the years straight, guys. She had pulled all her music from streaming services.
And this was made a big deal.
This included Spotify, but especially Apple Music, because her and her label went on to then basically complain about the way that Apple Music paid royalties.
Right, and it wasn't just to the high artists. And
Yeah.
she was basically doing this as a stand for all the little guys, even though she herself is considered the big fish.
Right. It was less about her not getting the money and more about just standing in opposition of how the business ran, like how they ran their business. Apple Music did, a couple months after that, change their policy about how they pay their artists. And so that was kind of a win for the Taylor camp.
Right.
But she did not return her music until this week.
Yep. When she just went on a full blast, or rather her manager and her camp did,
Yeah.
and said, you know what? Y'all been after this for a long, long time. We're finally going to give in, and you get all of your Tay-Tays back.
Yeah. So there's two interesting things about this.
Yes.
One, the reason they gave was that it was because apparently Taylor Swift now has 100 song certifications from the RIAA.
Okay.
That's apparently a real thing that happened. And so that is according to their official
Those are
accounts.
songs written, or her songs performed?
Written.
Okay.
So basically she's a prolific artist and now she has proof. And so this was, according to her posts on social media, putting her music back on streaming was a celebration of this anniversary. Like, basically celebrating of this, like, statement. The real reason, though, and a lot of the press caught on to this very quickly, guess who else had an album coming out on Friday of last week? Just guess. Let's put a name out there.
Lord?
No, that's this week.
That's this week.
Who? And also, she's firmly in the Swift camp. Lord and Taylor have been seen hanging out.
Oh, wait, didn't...
They're friends.
Didn't Katy Perry have an album come out?
Ding, ding, ding. On the nose. Katy Perry did have an album coming out on Friday.
Yeah.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
I mean, who are you going to listen to? New Katy Perry?
Or every Taylor Swift album.
Every Taylor Swift album. Well, I want to say this also has to deal with Drake, because I'm tired of seeing Drake everywhere. Solely based on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So
whatever the reason, I think it's kind of catty.
It sounds
She could have waited 1 week. Come on, Taylor. And this is not the first time she's done that to something like this to Katy. So, and Katy then a couple days after that, there was a story that went out about how she's apparently like in an interview. She's like, "Oh no, I love Taylor. I wish we could be friends again."
But they have bad blood.
It's true. But yeah, so it's weird, especially since Katy has an album on Witness, or sorry, a song on her new album Witness.
Yes.
That is essentially Swish Swish, which is apparently the reply song to Bad Blood.
Okay.
Officially. Apparently. I think it's terrible. But, and I'll get to that. Actually, I guess we'll talk about that in a couple minutes here, because I did listen to that thing.
The Witness.
Lord. But yeah, so, yeah, this is a weird story, because it's like, depends on who you want to believe.
Okay.
Because regardless of that as an actual thing that Taylor got, but still, it's weird timing, and it's probably on purpose.
Alright. Well, anyways, the main deal that we're getting here is that you can finally listen to Taylor Swift on Spotify, on Dozer, on Apple Music, Tidal, so-and-so,
Etc.
etc., etc.
Pandora.
Yep. Pan to all the doors out there.
Pandora.
Yep. Which means, try to update your workout, your running playlist, your Oh It's That Song playlist.
Yep, to include Taylor Swift songs.
To include all the Taylor
That's
Swift
you.
songs out there.
That means you.
Yep.
You gotta add blank space. Gotta shake it off.
I gotta go back to Fearless album.
Oh,
So
okay.
some love song.
Love song. Yep, that's one you have to have on
Yep.
there. I like how we're just basically making Taylor Swift's greatest hits album right now.
Basically, it is. What's wrong with that?
And then you got you have to have Tim McGraw, her first single,
Oh yes.
named after Tim McGraw, because when you think of Tim McGraw, you think of Taylor Swift.
Yes, and you have to have Tim McGraw featuring Tim McGraw on Tim McGraw.
There was actually a Tim McGraw song that's featuring Taylor Swift, weirdly enough, but it's not Tim McGraw.
All right. And with that, let's just go right into billboards then.
I mean, I guess we can. I was not ready for it.
Well, I know you weren't ready for it. That's why I went straight to the music news. But yeah, I mean,
well, actually, while you look up billboards, and I'll talk about the music that I listened to this week.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Might as well do that at some point.
Yeah.
So yes, I listened to Katy Perry's "Witness," and
Give me the following.
call back.
That is a deep callback.
That is a deep callback. Sometimes they're just for us.
Most of the time
it's just for us. So yeah, that is a bad album.
Oh no!
Don't listen to it.
Not like Bads and Dope, or just Bads and Bad?
No, it's bad. Not like Michael Jackson's Bad. It is bad. It's like not good.
Okay.
So yeah, that thing is a mess. Up to the release of that thing, the common thread of all the stories that were being released about Katy Perry was, at least until that Saturday Night Live performance, it was all focusing on Change the Rhythm and how she was going to be, quote, woke, unquote, and that was going to be all social commentary and like political stuff. If you think that's what this is, you'll be severely disappointed, because there is nothing political on this album, and even Change the Rhythm is barely even counts. So no, it is not that. She's not suddenly making socially aware music. That is not what this is. Instead, it's like super middle of the road, generic, like 2017 pop. She's making the songs that she thinks people want to hear, and it's just so boring. There are a couple of like the ballads that were kind of interesting to me, but mostly because this is the best she's actually sounded ever. Like, she's gotten a lot better at the actual singing. Like, I used to have a problem with Katy and the way she sang. She's not the greatest singer in the world. This is the best vocal performance she's given on an album, and that's impressive. But there's nothing memorable. The lyrics are super clumsy. There are some terrible lines. I wish I remembered some of them, because
It's just that bad?
they're just that bad. They're really bad. And there's one use of, I do remember one. There's one use of the term "open sesame" that is really embarrassing. You can imagine what she means and what she's opening. It gets really cheesy and bad. And so yeah, she is definitely not getting any better at writing the songs. So yeah, it's boring. It's not great. It's, especially in light of this Taylor Swift stuff. I will say I'm not really the biggest Taylor Swift, like, as a person, fan in the world, but I will tell you right now, instead of listening to Witness, listen to anything by Taylor Swift.
So, good thing Taylor put this out.
Good
so
thing.
you have
Good timing,
something to
Taylor.
listen to.
Even though it's kind of a terrible thing to do to somebody else, it's maybe good timing, because yeah, Witness is not great. However, I still like Chain of the Rhythm. I think that's a good song.
Okay.
But the rest of it's not. I also listened to the new Phoenix. Did you get a chance to check that out?
No. Like I said, I've been on the road. I haven't had a chance to listen to music.
So, yes, the new Phoenix, Ti Amo. It's alright. It reminds me a lot of the last thing they did, Bankrupt.
Okay.
It's a lot more dancey than, for example, the big one.
That 1901.
Frickin', what's the name of that album? Oh, Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's still the best thing they do. There's some good things here. There's one song in particular I really enjoyed. I don't remember the title of it. But yeah, if you like kind of like that dance rock kind of stuff, it's a good one of those. It's a lot better than a lot of the stuff that like in that kind of genre that they're playing on radio right now. So it's real good.
Okay.
I also listened to the new Big Thief. That's really good, but I won't really dwell on it because demo. And I also listened to something else. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I listened to the new Lady Antebellum.
Oh.
I decided to try everything this week.
Okay.
That thing's a Lady Antebellum album. So I had not listened to one of their albums since the first one that they put out.
Okay.
What, nearly like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
It sounds pretty much the same. Like, they haven't moved an inch. Yeah.
So they're just one of those bands that's just going to keep doing the same thing over
They
and
know
over.
what works. There's one song in particular that I actually thought was really good, but the rest of it's kind of just not for me. But if you know that you like the songs that they've done, if you like their hits, then there's a lot
Play
more.
the hits.
There's hits on this album if you like that
Play the
stuff.
hits.
So yeah, that I kind of the only stinker in the bunch really this week is Witness. Probably that's the only one I wouldn't recommend. But if you like those other couple bands, then yes, there's a solid output for both of those bands.
Okay. So that brings us to the Billboard charts.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, basically your top 100 didn't really change.
Nope.
We have Despacito.
Yep, still number one.
Yep. Number two, That's What I Like.
Let's get into closer territory.
Yep.
It's been on there for like 4 weeks.
A month now.
It's pretty impressive.
Number two, That's What I Like. Number three,
That's What You Like.
I'm the One, DJ Khaled.
Yep.
And then Humble and Shape of You.
So yeah,
switch places.
Same old.
Yep. But as for the Billboard 200
Albums. What do we got for album chart?
we do albums. New albums because Halsey debuting at number one with Hopeless Foundation Kingdom.
Fountain. Hopeless Fountain Kingdom.
Hopeless Fountain Kingdom.
Which is a great album name. It's also in lowercase, which I appreciate.
Yes.
But
It's all lowercase.
apparently but it's also a Halsey album, so who cares?
Number two was Damn, Kendrick Lamar.
Damn.
Number three is Epic AF by various artists.
It's a great name.
Number four is, once again, The Beatles.
Yep.
With Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And number five, This One's For You, debuting
For
Luke
me?
Combs.
For me?
No, for
For you.
For you!
Oh, for Soulja Boy. Got it.
Yep. And then weekly Moana check down here.
Somewhere in the
19!
19.
19, hasn't crossed the 20
Not
yet.
quite to the 20.
Not quite to the 20s yet. But that brings us to the end of Media Bell Podcast.
No, it doesn't.
And brings us to the start
A
of E3.
lot.
Let's
Okay, we have to get this started because there's a lot for us to cover.
Yep. So we're just going to go by...
Real briefly, I just want to real briefly open this up for people who do not know. E3 is the Electronic Entertainment Expo, and it is a annual exposition for the video game industry. There are two terms we're going to use here. There is press conference and show floor. The difference between those two things. A press conference is when a company, usually a platform holder like Microsoft, shows off their newest features and newest games for the system that will debut soon-ish. Either this year or probably next. The show floor is the actual exposition. So there's an actual show that happens after the press conferences are over where you can actually go and play games. For the first time ever, this was open to the public. And that is happening still right now at the LA Convention Center. So just for people who didn't know, that's what E3 is.
Yep. And while we did cover this last year, I want to say have been watching E3
Yes.
press conferences for over 10 years now.
Oh wait, oh yeah.
Roughly? Easily?
I probably want to be watching closer to I have to think about this.
I say 10 years because that's 2007.
Since they started streaming them, I've probably watched them. And before they started streaming them, I was reading live vlogs of them.
live vlogs, yeah.
So it's been like probably 15 years that I've been covering, at least 15 years that I've been covering these
2002?
shows. Easily.
Wow.
I frickin' remember seeing GameCube stuff, reading about GameCube stuff on the internet. So that would have been like E3 2001.
Oh, that means that was... Because my first one I remember that watching was the first reveal of the PlayStation, of the PS3.
Yeah.
And that'd be 2004 then.
I remember, I think the first E3 that I actually watched, and I think the first one they actually streamed, must have been around like 2005 then, because I remember they revealed the DS. It was right after they revealed the DS, and because I remember Reggie pulled out that was like the first year with
he pulled
Reggie.
it out of the pocket.
That was like the first year with Reggie, and he pulled the Game Boy Micro out of his pocket.
Yes.
That was that year. Because that was the first year with Reggie where he walked on
I think
stage and said that he was going to kick ass and take names.
Yep.
Which is funny now.
Yeah, because we were watching G4 way back in high school.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
So yeah,
I
it's
guess that does make
easily
sense,
over
yeah.
a decade.
Yeah, 15 years
That must have
then.
been the first year I actually watched one.
Yeah.
That's the oldest one I remember.
Yeah, because I remember right when school got out.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
first thing you're looking forward to.
Kids, by the way, was before... that was back when Nintendo had a press conference.
Yes.
Kids.
So let's get right to the first one that happened.
Okay.
Microsoft.
Yes. And what one is press conference? Well, that's not the first one that happened.
You're
Do you
sure
want to
about
talk about EA?
You want to talk about EA? I'll have a graphic
Might as
for
well
EA.
go in. That's okay. We can go in chronological order.
All right, so let's go with
Because
graphic.
also EA segues really good into Microsoft.
All right, so let's go with EA first.
So yeah, EA showed a bunch of actually impressive looking games. I was actually shocked how much I liked their stuff. Yeah, pull up my article here.
Yep.
So
So it started off with Battlefield 1.
yeah, Battlefield 1, known quantity, but they're going to do DLC for it, a
Yep.
new pack, some new maps, and a mission pack that will be in the eastern front of World War One.
Okay.
So that'll be a neat
Right,
change of
because
pace.
most of the stuff would we refer to World War One,
Mhm.
or technically any World War, a video game. It's always versus Europe.
Yeah,
So it's
or,
always
or
the
Ameri-
Western
it's
Front.
either American or Britain.
Right, it's always
Usually.
the Western Front. They never really go to the East Front against Russia when they turned.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting.
So this will be it'll be a cool change of pace, and I'm sure it'll look beautiful because frickin'
Snow graphics.
Battlefield 1 is a beautiful game.
Yep, snow graphics. They also had FIFA 18 and Madden and all their EA Sports.
Yeah, Madden's getting a
package.
story mode, just like FIFA's, which is returning. So there will be a version of the franchise mode that will actually have like a narrative about like an up and coming football star.
Well, I remember that they did this a couple of years ago called Superstar Mode.
So this is
That was
different than
hilarious.
that.
I love doing
This
Superstar
is
Mode.
even different than that. This
Okay.
is more like they actually did cutscenes.
So this is more like NBA Live.
This is
and
the
stuff?
thing they did for Live, and also the thing they do for FIFA,
Okay.
where it's basically they'll have like pre-taped segments of real people
All right.
talking vaguely enough to make you believe they're talking about you. It's pretty smart stuff. So yeah, that'll be in Madden this year.
I wish more games did that.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Rocky Drama
Yeah.
Rock Band. It's
Yeah.
kind of that thing. It's like puts you in the.
It's vague enough to where it makes
thing.
sense, but
Yeah.
it's also stupid enough to where you believe it.
So yeah, there will be sports games,
Yep.
including Live. Live will be returning this year,
Yep.
supposedly.
Supposedly. Then they also have what we already knew about because they announced it literally right before it.
Yep.
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed Payback.
Payback.
Which still looks like Fast and
Burnout.
Furious, but it also looks like Burnout. That was the big thing for me in this one is that it straight up has Burnout style takedowns, and then add that in with cutscenes that make you think you're in a Fast and Furious movie, and I'm on board. I might actually try this one out.
The last Need for Speed game that I played
Yeah,
was Undercover.
yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
This looks good.
So I'm excited to get back into this.
I will definitely. I think I will give it a try because that looks a lot of fun.
Yep.
I like Burnout.
Then they showed off a game I'm actually looking forward to, which is A Way Out.
Mm-hmm. So this is a zombie game of sorts.
But it's a prison game?
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah.
I think it's Days Gone.
You think of Days Gone?
No, yeah, A Way Out. That's right. This is by the brothers, the
Yes.
developer of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, and it's a co-op prison escape game.
Yes. Now, the reason I'm excited for this is not because
Yeah.
it's prison, but because of the developers of Brothers.
Yeah,
And Brothers, if you have not
Cool-ass
played
game.
it, is a cool game. It's
Yeah.
a cool concept, and it's got some feels in it.
oh yeah. So
I-
expect that for this too.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the coolest thing about this game is that it is required split screen, which means that you cannot play this online with someone else. You need somebody to be on the couch with you to play this game.
So guess what we're doing?
I guess we're gonna be playing
Guess
some
you guys-
A Way Out.
Yep, we have to play Way Out.
Because yeah, it seems like a really cool idea. It seems like from a developer who made a really good game in the past. So yeah,
Yes.
this is definitely on our
Yep,
radar.
and hopefully they can keep that same emotional storyline going.
Mhm.
Because
I mean, yeah, it's prison. I bet they will.
I cried during Brothers.
Yeah,
I cried at the
a
end.
lot of people did.
It's very emotional. It's a very good game. I'm
that's-
sure it's on.
that's cool.
It's on the. I know it's on PlayStation. I think it's on Xbox as well.
Yeah, I think that's gonna eventually be multi-plat. But,
Well, no, I'm talking about Brothers.
oh yeah, yes, you can get Brothers on both.
Yeah, get on both if you can. It's a really good game. You will enjoy it.
So
I
yeah,
guarantee
check it out, and then A Way Out. Yeah, that'll be good.
Then they showed off their new IP, Anthem.
So yes, Anthem was the big way they closed the show. That is
Yes.
BioWare's new game. So a bunch of the original Mass Effect team, including creative director Casey Wilson, is
Not that Casey Wilson.
Not that Casey Wilson. Will be helming. Funny. Will be helming this, and so Anthem is basically the way I described it earlier was it's it's mech suit Destiny in an open world.
So Titanfall.
But no, because it's not a first person shooter.
Okay.
It's weird because it's a reverse Destiny. You have Destiny in the common areas, it's in third person and you can see your dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go out into a mission, it becomes a first person game.
Okay.
Anthem is the opposite. In the common areas and when you're talking to like villagers and stuff, that's in first person.
Okay.
Then when you go out into the open world, you're in third person in a wreck city.
Alright.
Which is smart because in a game that's about loot and like getting cool armor, you're gonna want to see your cool armor.
Yes.
And this is a game that lets you see your cool armor.
Cool.
So that's awesome, and it looks really really cool and it looks really pretty. Like they were showing it on, well, this is a good segue. They were showing it. They teased at the end of the conference that this would be this would be shown off in more detail at the Microsoft show because it was running on their new hardware.
Well, EA had one last thing to show off.
That's true.
But that's something that we all do is coming the only thing to show off. And that was, of course, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
So they showed a lot of footage of this because people love their Star Wars.
Yep.
And so yeah, people showed a bunch of Star Wars Battlefront. They played through it in like an esports way. Speaking of which, this brings up a good point. I need to ask you about shoutcasters because this E3.
I am one.
This E3 had so many freaking shoutcasters on it. That was a term that I didn't really know what it was until I started watching these press conferences. What is a shoutcaster?
It's basically color commentator.
But why is it called that?
Why that and not
Why don't
color?
they just say commentator?
Because they're not.
Why are they shouting?
Well, because it's,
Why shout?
because not only they interact with what's going on the field or in the gameplay, but sometimes they also have live chat going on, so they got to respond to that as well.
Okay.
So it's basically shout-outs.
Thank you, Mr. Esports,
Yes.
for explaining that.
Basically, it's a combination between shout-outs and color commentary.
So there was some shoutcasting going on during Battlefield, and yeah, it looked good. I mean, Battlefield is a beautiful game. Speaking of, I keep calling it Battlefield. Battlefront, just like Battlefield, is a good-looking game. So it's cool that they're doing it. But yeah, it was weird though to see it in a freaking. All the footage they showed was in a prequel trilogy area on Naboo.
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
sure. People love their Naboos.
With no Gungans though.
What?
0 Gungans.
But it's Naboo. I guess they say there's 2 Naboos.
I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, it was like it looked good. People are gonna love that game. It seems like they've actually listened to the criticism of the original.
There will be a single-player mode.
There will be a single-player story mode, but they did not show it off. They just hinted at it and instead then showed multiplayer being played. So yeah, Battlefront. Hopefully it'll be good this time, unlike the last one where everybody bought it and then only played it for a week.
You're talking to me?
No, I'm talking about not just you, but everybody else apparently. Because I was listening to a podcast where somebody pretty much said just that. It's like, yeah, all the people I know bought that thing because they thought it looked so cool, and then realized there was only so much content and stopped playing it.
Yep.
So yeah, you're not the only one.
Okay, I don't feel like I've wasted that.
So yeah, I guess we can move on.
So let's go to Microsoft.
Microsoft was on Sunday.
Yes, and their big rollout was, of course, Xbox One X.
So yes, this was the formerly known as the Project Scorpio, is now known as Xbox One X, and that is X as in X-ray, because X isn't like this. That's X as in a AOL screen name, circa 2006. XBOX, but it's capital X's and then like little lowercase x's on the other sides.
Yes.
XX box XX.
No, it'll be XX Obox.
Or the
Oboxone XX.
So yeah, there's all sorts of different ways you could make this into an acronym. My favorite is X1X. Because I like the symmetry of it.
Yes.
But also some people are calling it the...
Also looks like a dick. You get the X for the balls, the one for the dick, the X for the balls.
A little bit. And then, Xbox.
Ew.
You could also just call it Xbox because
the acronym
Xbox One
X.
X.
Yes,
XBOX.
One X.
Xbox.
Yes.
Anyways, the Xbox One X is the Scorpio. It will be the super terafloppy version of the Xbox One. It will be out in November. November 7th is the date for this thing.
Yep.
And it will be, you can thank me now,
Price-
$499 US. I called it.
Well, you said it had to be.
It had to be, and they did it. So, because if that thing was more than that, people would have rioted. It is the right price, and it's what they have to do to make a profit.
Which is funny because even when they announced that price, people were still iffy on wanting to buy one, considering it is so beefy.
Yeah, this is true. And sure enough, they made that thing look worth it because the footage they showed off of every game at that conference
True 4K.
looked pretty good.
Yep.
That's some crisp video games there. I mean,
Your money will definitely be well spent.
I almost feel bad for Horizon Zero Dawn because what was once the most impressive looking video game I've ever seen is already not the most impressive video game I've ever seen after this week. It's sad almost. I was rooting for Little Horizon, but it is no longer the best video game I've ever seen because some of the stuff they showed Microsoft Presser was real impressive.
Okay.
So let's go down the list.
It's real impressive.
All right, let's go down the list
Go down
here.
the list of what they covered at the show.
So,
I just made it a big list here on the story that's up
That's
on
fine.
Media Boat
That's
Podcast.
fine. I thought
The
you
reason
were-
is because that's how they approached the show. It was just basically a YouTube playlist of trailers.
well, that's the thing though, is that they needed to do that because
Yes.
a lot of people were saying they didn't have a lot of exclusive games,
'Cause they
which
didn't.
they still don't.
And
Compared to
they
PlayStation,
don't.
they still don't.
I mean, what they did is they made up for it by having a lot of timed exclusives.
Yes.
Like a very common term in front of their trailers was launch exclusive, which means that it'll be on
First.
Xbox first, but then it'll later come to other stuff.
Yes.
So there's a lot of stuff on this list, but it's not all exclusive. We'll let you know if something is exclusive or not. So start from the top.
All right. Starting from the top, and now we're here with Forza Motorsport. Is that
7.
right? 7?
Yes, this
There's
is the
7 of
7th
these
Forza
things?
game. Yes, there are 7 Forza games.
Dang.
You have to keep in mind the very first Forza was an Xbox original game.
Do you just keep saying Xbox original?
We have to call it that because we can't call it Xbox One. Because that's an Xbox One.
Right.
Right over there.
But then,
So-
then a 360, it could also be an Xbox One.
Well, no, that's an Xbox 360.
Right, but there's a 360.
Could be
is
somebody's
one-
first Xbox.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yes, Forza 7 was the thing that they used to first show off.
And Forza is, of course, a staple of
The One X.
Microsoft and Xbox.
Yeah, and also racing games look damn good, so why not show off your fancy console with a racing game? Because it looked like real cars.
Yep.
And they had a real car on stage.
Well, they said, hey,
Real cars.
compare.
Look at this
And
real
it
car.
should. Yeah.
Well, no, that's not all they did, but they might as well.
Yeah,
have.
might as well.
Yeah, they revealed a new Porsche on stage at E3. They were like,
What?
Here's a new Porsche. Here's a new car. It's a new 911.
Nice.
A what?
A 911.
Can they do that?
Sorry, a 911?
Yeah, there you
Okay.
Uh,
They kept calling it a 911.
go. Alright.
I was like, that's a weird way to
Weird
commit.
choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess some people call that thing a 911.
Does that mean it's a disaster?
Oh.
Alright, let's move on.
Next.
Yep, next we have Metro Exodus.
So this is another game in the Metro series.
Yep, there was Metro Last Light, Metro
20
27.
something, whatever.
2040, whatever.
2066, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember
Metro
what it is.
Underground.
But yeah, this is a super future
Yep.
Metro, which means this takes place after the original Metro game. So everything's not quite as nuclear as it was. So you can go outside without a mask anymore.
Yay.
So it kind of inverse. It's an inverse of the traditional Metro thing, where you would be in the caves, and then when you go outside, you had to put your gas mask on. This is the reverse. Outside is fine. When you go deeper into the caves, that's where the radioactive stuff is.
Okay.
And so
The further you go down.
it's a neat inversion on the Metro stuff. It looked pretty good.
They also showed off Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes, that will of course not be exclusive to Microsoft. That will be on everything. But
Yep.
yes, that is confirmed to be that Egypt setting.
Yep,
was
we're going to
rumored.
Egypt. We already knew that.
There's a freaking eagle drone.
Yep.
It's just
However
an
that's
eagle.
gonna work. Yep.
It's an eagle, but it looks like it's a drone because it can track stuff for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's pyramids and there's a giant snake.
Sweet. We also have the new game everyone is playing. PlayerUnknown's Battleground.
So yeah, previously PC exclusive PlayerUnknown's Battleground, or PUBG, some people call it.
Sure, why not?
Will be
everything.
making its console debut at least
The debut?
on Xbox. It said launch exclusive at front of the trailer, so it will probably eventually come out for PS4 as well. But for now, when this thing comes out for Xbox, it will only be on Xbox for a little bit. And good, I wanted to try that thing actually because people are really into that on the PC right now, and I would love to try it out.
We also have Deep Rock Galactus, which is basically Minecraft in space.
Yeah, it looks like Minecraft in space with more gunplay. So
In
sure.
space.
There's a lot of space this year.
So get to play with your
So
guns.
get used to it. Space.
We also have State of Decay 2. This is that zombie
This
game.
is that zombie game. So yeah, this is a sequel to State of Decay.
Yep.
Looks like another zombie game.
What's Darwin Project?
The Darwin Project is an esports game. It's like one of those like a hero, like a hero shooter kind of thing, like a hero combat game.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's another. They had another shoutcaster up there to basically esports it, and had him yell throughout the whole thing. It was super annoying.
So can we safe to assume they will change the name of this thing?
No, I bet that's what it's called.
Darwin?
The Darwin Project.
Darwin Project?
I bet that is the name of that thing.
That sounds stupid.
Yeah, I agree, but it exists. Moving on.
Alright, whatever. We also have Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
So yeah, that's a
Yes,
that's a
I
fighting
did
game.
not mess up that name. That is literally what it's called.
Dragon Ball
Fighter
Z.
Z.
So yeah, this is a fighting game, a traditional 2D fighting game, but with a 3D engine and made by the Guilty Gear guys.
Yep.
So it actually looks pretty decent.
It looks like
It looks cool. Like the graphic style is really cool because it's
it looks like Dragon Ball.
it's
like,
3D graphics pretending to be 2D, and so it's like
it's
really
that's
cool
that's
stuff.
that weird 2.5D.
But it's like it's probably the most accurate I've ever seen a video game look to the look of Dragon Ball.
Well, yeah, because currently with the Xenoverse, it's all 3D modeling and like open space fighting.
It looks good, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you like fighting games, yeah, that's kind of exciting. Even if it is a licensed property, it looks like a good one of those. So, cool.
We also have Black Desert.
So this is a MMO. It's been on PC for a while. Most people will know it because it is the game for character creation.
Okay.
When it first came out on PC, everybody was freaking out about the character creator because it's apparently super in depth. So yes, this will be coming to Xbox One. So there will be a console version. Of
Now,
it.
granted, we're still talking about Xbox One games here.
Yes.
Most of these actually will be multi-console, but this is all stuff still shown on during the Xbox press conference.
Right. These are all stuff that they decided that they wanted to show off. Probably most of these will also be coming on PS4.
Yep. But I'm just taking a break right now because
Okay.
we're halfway through this list.
It's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Everybody showed a lot of games this year.
Yep. We also have Last Night, which is we put down stylish pixel art 3D world adventure game.
So, I have an update
Okay.
of things that happened after I posted the story.
Yes.
So yeah, Last Night looked really cool at the conference. It looks like it combines 3D worlds and pixel art. So it's like pixel art like sprites,
Okay.
but in 3D worlds, and it looks like a really cool game. After the conference, some people on Twitter ended up finding, I guess, the lead designer's old tweets. Apparently, he's like a really terrible guy. He was like a Gamergate supporter. He specifically like called out like a bunch of people on Twitter. He was basically saying like when somebody asked him about how he felt about the new Bill Nye show, he went on a rant about climate change denial. He's a real sack of crap.
Wow.
And so now everybody's like, yeah, we don't know about last night anymore.
We don't know if we want to support
It
this
looked
game.
alright with this guy, though. And so, yeah. There's this great internet thing now in the game community.
Is that the great thing about the internet now? You just find anything with
find
anyone.
out, yeah. And so there was this tweet by this guy on Twitter like a couple years ago that was like making fun of when this happens, but it was like it's become now kind of like a recurring meme. The guy was like making a joke. It's like, here everybody meet Milkshake Duck. Everybody loves Milkshake Duck. And it says update. 5 minutes later, we just found out Milkshake Duck is a racist. And so everybody now is using that as a term now. It's like,
Milkshake
oh,
duck?
this guy is a milkshake duck. It's great. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah.
I love the internet. The internet's
looked
great.
Yeah, last night looked really good, but it's not. It's maybe not the thing you want to support right now with money. But yeah, that thing looked cool. But there are other cool things on this list.
Yep, including The Artful Escape.
Yes, that looks really cool. So that's an Annapurna game
Oh.
because they're in game development now.
Yeah, I know that they're still making movies.
Yes,
They had that one come out this past weekend.
that's true. And they made games. They made Edith Finch.
Yeah.
But yes, this is another thing from them, and looks like it's a music-driven 2D platformer. So the footage showed a guy with a guitar jumping around this platforming world and fighting with his power of music. So I'm on board,
So it's Brutal Legend.
but good. Sorry, I didn't like Brutal Legend at all.
Alright. We also have Code Vein.
Code Vein.
Dark Souls-esque.
It's Japanese Dark Souls. I mean, Dark Souls is Japanese, but I mean, it's way more. It's like anime Dark Souls.
Alright. We also have Sea of Thieves. They showed off this game last year,
But
briefly.
this time they showed another extensive demo of it. So we saw a lot of gameplay. It looks cool. Looks like there's a lot of so it seems like there's two basic mechanics that they showed off. One, which is when you're on an island, how you look for treasure. So there'll be in-game context clues. There'll be the straight up paper that you're looking at with weird kind of piratey
hieroglyphics or something.
piratey sayings like poems kind of thing
Okay.
that you have to decode to find out where the treasure is.
Alright.
Then you find the treasure and you have to get it back to your boat.
Okay.
But of course, there are skeletons that want to take your treasure,
Yeah.
and so skeletons will come out of the ground and you'll have to shoot them.
Are you being a skeleton crew?
Yes, exactly. You can't, if you're the one carrying the treasure chest, you cannot shoot. So it creates that kind of team dynamic where basically it becomes capture the flag,
Yep.
where the rest of them have to basically run defense while you get it to the ship. Then they showed some ship-on-ship combat, which was not necessarily ship-on-ship combat. It was more like, I'm going to board this guy's ship and fight all these pirates. And so they showed a bit of that before the demo wrapped up. It looks real cool, and it's going to be all online, so really the only question about that game is how, what the moment-to-moment is are you, what happens when you're sailing to these islands, and, how do you run into these other people? There's a lot of questions still that needs to be answered, but that game looks a lot of fun.
Okay.
And pirates were a big theme this year at E3. So, yeah, that game looks cool.
Right, we also have Tacoma.
Yeah, that's the Fulbright game. That's their follow-up to Gone Home.
Okay.
Real brief trailer, but they do have a release date.
Yep. August 2nd.
Cool. So that's coming up.
There's also Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah.
On Oculus Rift.
So yeah, that's the thing about this game. So Lucky's Tale, the original Lucky's Tale, was a launch game for Oculus Rift.
Is this based off Lucky?
No, actually, weirdly enough, even though the name is the same, it has nothing to do with Palmer Luckey. However, the squirrel-like hero is named Lucky.
Okay.
But not with an E like his name. It's just Lucky, like the word.
Yes.
But yeah, this game is apparently a remake of sorts of that game with new stuff. So they're calling it Super Lucky's Tale, and it'll be on consoles.
Alright. Then we have the game I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
Cuphead.
Yeah, Cuphead
Cuphead looks good.
That's the
that's
game that looks like an old-fashioned cartoon.
Yeah, hand-drawn.
It looks like a 20s cartoon.
Yep.
And that's this kind of thing. It looks really, really crazy. And before, as of last year, it was kind of, they were talking about how they were going to expand it from just being basically a boss attack game to, actual platforming stages. And the trailer they showed this year looks like they actually did follow up on that. There are actual platforming stages. So it looks cool.
And then they showed the game everyone knew was coming, and they finally confirmed it. Crackdown 3.
Yeah, with Terry Crews.
With Terry Crews.
Terry Crews showed up, and ranted a bunch before they showed footage of Crackdown 3. And sadly, the best part about that was Terry Crews, because Crackdown 3 looks a lot like Crackdown 2.
It does.
It really does. And I don't know how much I'm into that, because I was hoping it would be kind of its own thing. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I will still give it a try, because I love Crackdown 1. And I hope it's good. I just hope it's good.
I hope so. We also have Ashen.
Ashen.
You have no description for it.
Yeah, because I don't remember what that one is.
All right.
It was something.
Then there's a game.
I think that was when probably dogs started barking and I
Yeah.
couldn't focus.
One of the many times.
One of the many times.
All right. Then we also have a game that I don't know how I feel about this.
Okay.
Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of games we're gonna play,
Well, what? I know we're gonna play
this thing is a prequel.
Yes, but I don't know how I feel about it though.
It's a prequel starring Chloe and Rachel. And
Right.
apparently about how their friendship was.
And
Pre-Max.
Pre-Max, and how they.
Or I guess
dies?
between Max.
No.
Because they remember Max and Chloe were friends before Chloe met Rachel, and then Max was
went away.
re-meeting. Yeah, Max moved, and then re-met Chloe, and that had that story.
Right.
So
this
this is
is
in between.
So it's just between Max
It's a Max
leaving.
sandwich.
It's between Max leaving and Max returning.
It's a delicious Max sandwich.
And
The battery
I
is
guess.
Yeah.
No, mine, which is weird because it's
You're
got
not plugged in.
unplugged in.
But yeah, so I'm excited in a way. It looks good, and I'm interested to see Rachel as a character as opposed to just a plot device. Because that's the thing. That's the interesting thing here is that we have no idea who Rachel is because
Rachel
she's
was just
basically
Rachel's
used.
been missing.
She was just a reason for the plot to go forward in the last game.
Maybe we can see how she died.
So yeah, like it's a combination. Well, we know.
Well,
how
we
she
know
died.
how she died.
We know how she died. Spoilers. But yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see. However, what's the mechanic then? Because there's no time travel. Like they can't. How are they gonna explain? Like if they do bring the time travel back, how do they explain that? Does Rachel have it?
It would have to be then,
It's
right?
so weird, right? Though, why would she? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, here, look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
something photograph. Anyways.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
No. Not the Nickelback version, the other one.
There's another
What's
one?
another one?
Yeah,
Why is there another one?
The Def Leppard version of Photograph.
Anyways.
Photograph. All I want is a photograph.
Okay.
All I
It's
need
not-
We're
is a
awesome.
photo-
But again, the photo, even the taking photos mechanic really doesn't work unless one of them is really into photo taking, because Chloe's not.
No. But
So basically what I'm saying is they're
Could
going to have to come
be
up with new
tattoos?
mechanics for this game.
a
because-
tattoo-based thing?
Tattoo-based mechanic? No, it's a hair dyeing mechanic. I have to dye my hair this color to do this puzzle. No,
You're gonna
anyways. Who knows what that
way
thing is?
all-
She doesn't
alt
know too
chick.
heavily, so get used to it.
Or maybe they just go full Telltale and maybe there is no, like, gimmick.
Because this is not by the same people.
Right, but still, it's going to be probably pretty similar.
Alright, let's move on.
I'm still excited, though. I want to see what that thing is.
Alright. So, Xbox also showed off Ori and the Will of the Wisps, sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes, so people...
This will be an
enjoy
Xbox
Ori
exclusive.
1. Yep.
So, if
Because,
you
yeah.
like the first Ori, get ready for more Ori.
People liked Ori. I didn't play it. But apparently that's a real hard... That first one is a real tough, like, Metroid-style game.
Okay.
And I didn't play it because everybody had said how hard it was. And I was like, oh, I'll skip it.
Alright. We'll talk more about Metroid later.
This is true.
Then we have a game I'm looking forward to.
I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward to this game. I'm excited because I played it and I enjoyed it.
Okay?
Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. Mordor.
No, the second one is called Shadow of War.
Yes, Shadow of Mordor.
Mordor. So yeah, this is a sequel to Shadow of Mordor, of course.
Yep.
And this gameplay that they showed seemed to really, really focus on the mechanic of recruiting enemies, like
Okay.
basically having enemies bow to your will and become on your team, which
Alright.
is not too dissimilar to stuff from the original. But they really went in depth with it, like, and have a lot of like interesting dialogue and based on like when you turn somebody to your team, and a lot of menu options about like how you can like make sure like, oh, I have these people on my team who have these affinities, so when I face these guys, I'm prepared. So there's a lot of, looks like a lot of strategy and preparation, which the first one had as well, but it looks like more of that.
All right.
So yeah, looks cool.
Okay, and then lastly, EA showed off more of Anthem.
So yeah, we pretty much already addressed Anthem.
Yep.
But yeah, that still looks cool.
No, I think that's it.
Overall, what do you think about Microsoft showing?
I thought they did a good job. They needed to show off Xbox One X and all of its power.
It's a monster.
And
apparently.
yes,
they said that like four times.
Yep. They said this thing is a beast.
It's a monster.
It's run 4K native.
Yeah.
The PS Pro cannot do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think they did what they wanted to do.
You're gonna get your money's worth for this thing.
They basically went on stage and did exactly what they said they were going to do. They were going to establish why the X matters and what games were for it. And yeah, they've showed a lot of games, a crap ton of games.
Yep. A crackdown ton of games.
A crackdown ton of games. Terra Cruise load.
Yep.
Of games. But yeah, I thought there was a lot of good stuff there, even if it's not all exclusive. I think there's enough to warrant that thing to exist.
Yes.
I personally don't have a reason to buy it because all those games I can play on the existing Xbox One.
And this is exactly what you said for the PS Pro, and yet here we are.
But if I have a Pro, I don't really need one of those.
I know, but we also don't have a 4K TV.
It's true.
That's the other thing about this, is that
yeah,
it's $600. It's $500 for the Xbox One X. You're still gonna need to pay another what?
like
$1,200
something. Yeah,
$1,200 for
a decent 4K?
proper 4K.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a while until that makes sense. But
yep.
Okay, moving on.
All right, moving on.
Who's next?
Where's my mouse here?
I mean, before Sony was technically Ubisoft, so I can go over that real quick.
All right, go over Ubisoft then.
Well, you're taking away my reference point.
No, you don't have any reference on this.
Oh yeah, I didn't cover
You didn't do it right up first.
I'll do what I remember then. Ubi showed Just Dance, which of course they did. They showed that Mario and Rabbids game, but we won't really go into it now because they also showed it in Nintendo's show. They talked about Far Cry 5. They showed a new trailer that pretty much confirmed that they are going to get political with it. Like, they straight up showed KKK members walking the streets. So that thing is going to go some places, as it should. And that's exciting to see. So it looks like they're going to actually do the right thing with that thing. They showed The Crew 2. They showed some footage of that. Looks okay.
Terry Crew?
No, The Crew.
Oh.
The Crew 2. The guy who showed The Crew 2 was obnoxiously excited for The Crew 2, even though it didn't really warrant it. But then, the big thing about Ubisoft's show that nobody saw coming, I certainly didn't see coming, it exists. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a game. Again. It was a game, and then it wasn't a game, and now it is a game again.
Yep.
But now it's a different game. It's a prequel, turns out. It's a prequel that apparently takes place, like, what they say, 50 years before the first game?
Something like that.
Or something like that. And so it basically sets up the world that eventually becomes the world of the original Beyond Good and Evil. The interesting thing is a tonal shift here. The first Beyond Good and Evil was a straight up, this is like a kid-friendly, like, I think it was maybe teen-rated, but still, it was like a kid-friendly, teen-rated game. Well, not so much anymore. This thing is an adult game. There was like a little cussy monkey in that trailer.
Shit.
So yeah, it's interesting that they are getting that franchise back from the dead. So we'll see how that is, if it's coming out anytime soon. But really, yeah, that's pretty much the basics of the Ubi show. I thought it was probably the weakest of all the conferences I saw.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
No Aisha Tyler, right?
No Aisha Tyler. They instead had the actual developers come up and say their piece about their individual games. Oh yeah, and they showed a new trailer for South Park.
Yeah.
They have a release date for South Park now. I don't have it off the top of my head. I think it's October.
Yeah, it's October.
So yeah,
End of October.
that thing is coming out this year.
Yep. I'm excited. That's my birthday present to me.
There you go.
And you can still pre-order it and then get the free download.
Yep. And then after Ubi was, of course, Sony.
Sony's up there already.
Sony.
And Sony was pretty lackluster, let's say.
Well, yeah, depends on what you were expecting.
Well, I say lackluster because everything that we thought they were going to show, they showed.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really
That was it.
any surprises, I want to say.
Also, in another kind of similar to Microsoft, they really didn't talk a lot. They pretty much just played a bunch of
Yeah, I
trailers.
said, hey, here's the trailer.
Yeah.
Here's a little gameplay of it. If you want to know more, go to the floor.
And that I was kind of disappointed in, because if there was any time for them to really like get out there and say, here's why the Pro matters in a world where the X exists,
Yeah.
this was the time, but they didn't. Instead, they just showed games. And I get why they do that, because they want the games to speak for themselves, but I almost kind of wish they had like Mark Cerny back up on stage to like be the tech guy and say the tech stuff and be like, this is what we have coming graphics-wise. Because in the pre-show, before the proper conference, they did have Mark Cerny on, and he did say a bunch of stuff about like, hey, if you think this, like he literally said, if you think Horizon looks good, just imagine how good games are going to look like later into the Pro's life cycle.
Right.
Like he literally said that, but not on the actual stage show. And I was like, I kind of missed that stuff. But yeah, that they did show a lot of games.
Yeah, in years gone by where Microsoft has set it up and then Sony has basically slapped them down.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
They didn't have that. That wasn't this year.
That was not this Sony. This Sony is not there for that.
Yeah, this Sony was very passive. This Sony was just...
The Sony
Not even
was...
there. There was no hard bit.
Yeah, here's some games, and this is all we got.
Yeah.
That's the vibe that I got from it, is that this is what we have this year. It was very much
It was,
the
here's
vibe.
our offering, you're going to like it or you're not.
Yeah, here's our games that we know that some of you will like.
Yep.
And for the most part, they were right. Let's go through the games here.
Yeah. So, first up, we've got...
Uncharted, Lost Legacy.
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
So yeah, Lost Legacy is the standalone adventure that
it's with
expands
Chloe.
on that stars Chloe from Uncharted 2 and 3 and Nadine from Uncharted 4 teamed up in India to do some treasure business. It looks really cool. They showed a lot of really good like sequences. Not a whole lot of gameplay, but they did show a lot of like cutscenes. Like that got really into like kind of like the differences between the characters. Because that's the thing, is that the personalities of these characters are really diametrically opposed. So I feel like the story stuff is going to be really good. I'm really excited for this because the character of Chloe, I feel like with the kind of more deft hand of like Neil Druckmann, is going to be better than the character of Chloe from 2. And there's so much they could do with her and with Nadine that I'm super excited for this. Also, the gameplay is going to be really cool. It's going to be less shooting, more like hand-to-hand combat, and more exploration puzzles.
Okay.
So this sounds awesome, and it's going to be like probably $40. So I'm on board
For a full game.
for like a full game. Like probably not as long as Uncharted 4 was.
No.
I would say we're probably looking at like 5 hours
Okay.
if I was to estimate. But that's still, I'm still excited for it.
We also have what I'm looking forward to. New shit. From Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, DLC called The Frozen Waste?
The Frozen Wilds.
Frozen Wilds, that was close. Yeah, it'll be a new area to explore, new story content. Sounds cool.
Yep.
Literally.
I'm looking forward to it.
Very cool.
Then we have Days Gone, which is the zombie game.
So yeah, it's a zombie game by Sony Bend, who is a studio that had worked previously on all sorts of different Sony properties. But this one is a zombie game with a twist. It looks like a narrative-driven zombie game.
So what? Horizon Zero Dawn?
You know what? It kind of looks a little Last of Us-y.
Last of Us?
Because you have this a very similar kind of grizzled like protagonist. It's a lot of stealth gameplay. It's a lot of and it's a very heavy narrative focus. It looked cool though. It looked beautiful.
Okay.
Like the graphics they showed were really impressive. But it did seem like a lot of like planning ahead and like aiming zombie hordes towards your enemies and stuff like that. It seems cool, but I feel like we don't know enough about it yet.
Alright. Then we had, probably a surprise,
What?
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Worlds.
Worlds.
It's a console Monster Hunter game.
Yep.
Yeah, looks
from
alright.
Nintendo and Square Enix. So I look forward to that. Then they have a remake of a remaster of a remake?
I think this time it's just a straight up remake.
Okay.
I think the PS3 one was a remaster.
All right.
But yeah, Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes.
Coming back. It's going to be on PS4 this time.
Yes.
It looks good.
That's the same game
Look pretty.
on 3 different consoles for the same company. Over a span of 10 years?
But it looks super pretty now. They could do fur physics way better now.
Fur physics!
Fur physics.
It's called Shadow of the
You know,
Colossus,
for
not
fur
Fur
babies.
of the Colossus.
Fur of the Colossus is my favorite game.
It's Shadow
Your
Colossus. All right.
Shadow. Anyways.
Anyways, then they also, of course, showed off Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Call of Duty World War II. Both games we knew were coming.
Yep.
Both games people are excited for, whether you're a shooter, whether you're a fighter.
Just new footage.
Yep.
It's what you expected.
Yep. And then VR time, PSVR.
They showed a whole bunch of VR games.
Yep. Skyrim. Just milking that Skyrim cow.
Yeah, there will be a Skyrim VR, just like Fallout 4 VR. There will be Skyrim VR.
Yeah. And then we have Star Child, which is a side-scrolling game with giant robots. Is this guy from Resogun?
Is it? No. I think that's something else.
That's something else, I think.
That actually might be the
I think
Resogun
that
one.
is this guy from Resogun.
Yeah, I think that is the Resogun one. Thank you. I must have totally forgot that when I wrote my notes. But yes, I believe that is the Resogun guys. But it looked cool.
Yep. Then we have The Inpatient.
Which I didn't remember much about that thing.
No, that's the one where you're in a psychiatric ward and the same
Yeah.
guys that did Until Dawn.
There we go. That's what that is. Okay, thank you for filling in the gaps.
Yep.
All the gaps.
Then we also have Monsters of the Deep, which is your Final Fantasy IV
Fishing game.
fishing game.
That is a fishing game. with the yes, a fishing game with the cast of Final Fantasy 15, not 4.
It says 4.
What? That's XV.
Oh, actually.
XV is 15.
Alright. We also have Bravo Team.
Bravo
which is
Team,
just-
super generic looking military shooter.
Yep. And then Moss, which is the mouse.
It's a mouse game. It's a game about a mouse.
Okay.
Mouse, mouse.
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 Yep, go put the giant snake, it looks like. And then it's back to the console titles with Dad of War.
Yes, Dad of War. AKA God of War, the new one.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks like the combination of like God of War gameplay but from a behind the back perspective, kind of like the Gears of War view.
Yes.
And then they showed a
The
bunch of
camera-
story stuff.
Yes, the camera is no longer stationary.
Yeah.
It moves, it flows, it looks good.
Yay!
And Kratos is a dad.
Yep. And Kratos being Kratos' dad.
He's a good dad.
Basically saying, hey kid, don't fuck this up.
Yeah. Hey,
Or
kid,
hey kid, why'd you fuck this up? Here's how you don't fuck it up.
I'm Kratos. I'm your dad.
Get used to it.
Let me tell you about war.
Let me tell you about how you too can become a god like me.
You too?
And we will deal with maybe, what, Norse gods?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
gonna deal with Norse gods. this
Norse
time.
gods and dragons.
Norse gods and dragons, and a giant weird dragon snake thing.
Yep.
So
Dragon
yeah,
gods.
it looks all right.
That's the one that wraps the earth and will swallow it whole if
The
you let it.
Leviathan.
Leviathan? That one.
Yep.
Sure.
Then we also have
Thank you.
the other game I'm actually excited for
Okay.
because it's again one of those choose your own adventures. Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, so this is by the guys that
Heavy
did
Rain.
Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. This is them again. Detroit Become Human is essentially the one about androids.
Yep.
Basically like, what if androids
Would one of us
be human?
do
We have rights? I don't know. Question mark, question mark, question mark. It's that.
Does this become Blade Runner?
Yeah, basically.
I
Except
feel like it's
it's
just
like
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner, but if the main character was also an android.
But Decker is an android.
Is it?
Yeah. Wait, you didn't know that?
No, I don't think he is.
He is.
The chick he is. I don't remember. It's been a really long
Regardless.
time.
In the director's cut. And it.
That's right. If you want to get specific, then yes. But
Yes.
no,
In the
not the
director's
theatrical cut.
No, in the director's cut and even in director's interviews,
Doesn't
he said
count.
that it was supposed to be left ambiguous
You know what?
and lead you to believe that he was in fact a replicant.
Well, here then, what beyond Detroit does then is it makes it super obvious that he's an android.
Yes.
And that's a plot point
Yes.
because he's basically fighting for android kind.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it looks okay. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of the David Cage stuff.
It's interesting to me. I'm probably pick it up.
We'll see.
Yep.
Androids!
I know. I've got one over there, right here.
I have one in my pocket.
Android.
Actually, it's over there.
Androids.
Androids. Okay, what else we got?
Remember our script? Android.
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 Android. I thought about capital letters the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, that's still a good idea.
It's still a good idea.
Anyways, what else do we got?
Just two left. Two of the big hitters that are going to be huge for Sony. First one being Density 2.
Destiny 2.
Yep.
Which, yeah, Sony got, again, just like Destiny 1, has the inside scoop on the exclusives. So they'll have an exclusive strike, just like they did last time, as well as some exclusive weapons and armor and stuff.
Yep.
Be cool.
And then the game that looks probably the best out of everything that I've seen,
Really?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man looks cool.
Spider-Man looks good.
Yeah, I wrote that because at the time of writing that, it had been the best thing I had seen.
Until Nintendo.
It looked real cool. Spider-Man is a cool character. It seems like they're making a good game out of him.
Yep.
And also it has the other Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. It has, what's his name?
Miles Morales.
Yeah, and that's awesome
Yep.
that they're making a video game with that Spider-Man.
Yep.
Because you haven't seen that yet.
Miles Morales?
Yes.
Black Spider-Man.
But they're making Black Spider-Man in this video game, which is
Ooh.
cool. Because he's not in the movies yet, so
Yes.
he's got to be in freaking video game at least.
Well, he was supposed to be. People were championing Donald Glover to be
that would
Spider-Man
have been way better.
instead of Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
But now Donald Glover's too old.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep.
It's not punk enough, apparently.
Yeah.
Nothing is punk enough for Donald Glover anymore.
He's too street.
Anyway, no, did you see that was his quote about, like, somebody asked him why he decided that this was going to be his last Childish Gambino album? His quote was like, oh, well, I just felt it wasn't punk anymore. I'm like, oh, man, never change. Anyways. So, yeah, Spider-Man looks good.
Yep.
But, yeah, that was Sony.
Yep.
Like, that's pretty much all they had.
Yeah, that's basically it.
More games?
Just games after games. I mean, you can't fault them for that.
That was the theme this year. I mean, besides the X stuff at the beginning of the Microsoft conference, everybody just wanted to show trailers.
Well, that's the thing is that I actually did a rundown of stuff for work of games being released.
Yeah.
Like with official release dates. It just peters out.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of confirmed.
Trailer-wise, though, if you like trailers, this was the show for trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was a post on Giant Bomb's Twitter where apparently, like, whoever was uploading the trailers, there are 150 unique trailers already from E3 this year.
Wow.
And probably more since that was yesterday.
Wow. Okay.
There's probably more today. There are a lot of games that have trailers this year. So if you like trailers, you should be really happy right now. We need to get to...
All right, let's move on because this is already running long. We're at only an hour and a half.
Next.
Hour and a half, and
Well,
that leaves
before
us...
Nintendo, I want to briefly mention Bethesda. Because Bethesda actually had one of the coolest games that
All right, go ahead.
that I've seen
Go ahead.
so far, saw at the show, that I'm really excited for. So Bethesda showed, they showed more footage of the VR stuff, including announcing Doom VR. Sorry,
Ooh.
Doom VFR. You can imagine what that stands for.
BFG.
It's the same idea.
Yes.
Anyways, yes, so they announced a VR Doom game. They announced a Skyrim expansion for that Elder Scrolls Legends card game that they have. They talked about Quake. Speaking of esports,
Yep.
they kept calling it the original esports,
Shit.
which made me laugh. But the thing at Bethesda was definitely Wolfenstein 2,
Wolfenstein
the
2.
new Colossus, which looks so ridiculously good. So I played Wolfenstein New Order,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a good-ass game. This looks like more of that, but it takes place in the U.S. It's a man in the high castle scenario. So it's
Okay.
basically as if Germany won the war
Right, that's the concept of Wolfenstein.
in America. So this one is in America. The
Okay.
last one was not. The last one was in Germany.
Okay.
This one's in America, so it's very much like, what if, like, instead of, like, who would be the occupying force in America if the Germans had won. Turns out it's the KKK. There's straight up KKK members
Really?
in that trailer.
Okay.
Roaming the streets. And, like, yeah, there's some real crazy stuff in that trailer. There's, like...
So skinheads?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, it'll go there.
I guess that makes...
And but the funniest thing, and I told you that this would come back up in this podcast, at the very, very end, there is a friend of yours that takes LSD
Yeah.
before they go into combat, and they straight up start seeing cartoon lizards.
Oh yeah,
It's a
chameleon
cartoon lizard.
There's
Starts
a-
tripping out.
that he starts talking to.
Oh, it's great. That game looks amazing, and it looks so much fun, and it's like super fast-paced shooter, and yeah, that is one of my favorite things I saw at the show.
Okay.
So I had to at least mention Bethesda here. But yes, then there was Nintendo.
Nintendo.
So move your
Sega do Nintendo.
graphic over.
Alright, cut it.
Yep.
So, Nintendo, they had their, not press conference, but Treehouse.
Their Direct and their Treehouse.
Yes.
They had the Direct first, which was only 30 minutes long.
Yep.
But, surprisingly enough, for 30 minutes, they actually had a lot to show off.
Bro, they packed that thing.
Yeah. So
Let's go down the list.
let's pull up the list here.
And
Isn't
start
this
off
handy?
Start
Yeah,
off with
these
Rocket
lists.
League.
So yeah, but yeah, they briefly mentioned in their little or showed in their opening montage that there is a Switch version of Rocket League coming. Later, they announced that there will be special customization
Antennas.
items, including like Mario had antennas for your Rocket League cars. It didn't look like it was running that great, but it's probably an early version of the game. I wouldn't worry too much.
Yep.
But yeah, so Rocket League, cool. Rocket League to go.
Oh yeah, because I'm on the Switch.
Yep, it'll be portable.
Then they also have Xenoblade 2. Follow up to Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yep, they showed some more footage of that. We already know what that is, though.
Yep.
So
that
not
was
too
yeah, we
exciting.
already know about that.
Yep.
Then we have the new Kirby game.
Yep, a unnamed, as of yet unnamed Kirby game that looks like you can like recruit enemies to be on your side, and also it looks like the return of some powers that haven't been used since Kirby 64, including the ones where he turns into a hockey, not a hockey puck, a curling stone and freezes everything around him, which I was like, hey, I remember that, so that was cool. So yeah, looks like a fun Kirby game.
Yep.
So
And
that'll
then
be 2018.
problem or 2019.
They confirmed that it would be 2018.
Yeah, confirm it, but then
Yeah, who knows?
development.
But yeah,
And then Game Freak came out
yes.
and shocked people.
Lead director at Game Freak confirmed.
So this is shocking because they literally like days before came
Yeah.
out and did a Pokemon Direct where they
Yeah.
announced Pokken Tournament.
I should have known. Like last week when we talked about this, I almost said like I wonder if they're saving something for E3. Sure enough, they were.
Yep.
So yes, they confirmed that there will be a core Pokemon RPG on the Switch,
Yep.
and it is currently in development. Which means yes, core. The fact that he said specifically
Core.
core means that yes, this will be the next proper generation, next proper version.
Wait, next generation, not just
Yeah.
a Sun Moon.
That is my understanding of what he meant by that. I think that he means that the next generation of Pokemon games, like the next versions, will be on Switch.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like to me. But obviously, we'll see.
Right.
But hey, that's cool. And I mean, duh.
Just make Pokemon Snap. You can literally make Pokemon
I
Snap
know,
with
that's
it.
great. Actually, there's no camera on the Switch.
What?
There's no
Yeah.
camera on the
Oh.
Switch. That thing does not have a camera.
You don't need a camera for the Switch though. You'll need a camera for Pokemon
Oh,
Snap.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so, but maybe.
Anyways, yeah, and then yep, and then the big bombshell that shocked the world: Metroid Prime 4.
Yes, there's a new Metroid Prime.
A proper.
They only showed a logo.
Yeah.
But a little later, they did confirm some things about it. First of all, it will be a new team. It's actually not Retro Studios working on this, unfortunately.
Yes.
But it will involve some people who did work with Retro on the original games. Also, I didn't rate this in my notes, but one thing interesting about this is that they said it would have gameplay more reminiscent of the original Metroid Prime.
Okay.
That's so more of an adventure kind of feel than I guess maybe they felt like the second and third games went more into shooter territory.
Right.
They
Well,
kinda
because
did.
the third one went to like
the third
first
one
person.
definitely did, yeah. Well, I mean they're all third person.
No, first person.
Sorry, yes, they're all first person.
Side scrollers.
No, the Prime games are all first person.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's actually great news to me because I actually don't really care for 2 and 3. Prime 1, however, is one of my favorite games I've ever played. So I'm so excited that this exists, and I think that might be the thing that makes this and the thing that we'll talk about at the end of this conference are the things that are going to make me buy a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need that thing now.
Yeah. So, first, let's get through the rest of your list here.
Yeah.
There could be a new Yoshi game.
Yeah.
More, this is probably the follow-up to Yoshi Woolly World.
Yes, follow-up to Woolly World. This one seems to use more like of a cardboard aesthetic.
Okay.
And also, its gimmick is that you could flip. You can flip the world.
Yeah.
Not quite flip, like imagine like if Super Paper Mario flipped it like
2D?
90 degrees, this flips at 180.
Okay.
So it's like the backside of the world that you're seeing.
Alright.
So that's essentially the gimmick here.
Okay.
Also, this thing doesn't have a name. It's just Yoshi right now. And it also will be in 2018.
Yep. Then we also have a new Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, that's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Yes.
With Fire Emblem
characters.
It's exactly the thing that they did with Zelda.
Yep, the Hyrule Warriors.
Same thing.
Yep. And then new DLC, speaking of Zelda, new DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, a couple different
So
packs. Two.
Yep. We're going to have, first one's going to be the Master Trials, which is basically new hard mode.
It's like
difficulty.
Master Mode difficulty, and it's also that Hero's Path map feature,
Yep.
which I guess lets you see, like, basically track where you've been and stuff,
Yeah.
which is cool.
But this is what everyone's going to want. It's the second pack.
Story
which
mode.
is called the
story
Champions
expand.
Ballad, which is the
Yeah.
prequel story mode.
And they showed off the titular champions on the show, and they also revealed that there's going to be amiibos for those guys.
Okay.
Sorry, amiibo. I believe amiibo is the plural of amiibo.
Amiibo is amiibo?
Amiibo is amiibo, like fish.
Okay. Then they mentioned Pocket Splatoon 2, ARMS, stuff we already know is coming
Tournaments!
out. And then
Well, they didn't just mention them, they mentioned that they're going to be tournaments on the show 4.
Yep.
Which are happening probably, well, not as we speak because it's closed, but earlier today.
Yeah. And then we get right into Marios. I say that to that because there's 2 Marios.
There are a lot of Mario, but this is the first Mario, which we already briefly talked about.
Right, Mario Rabbids.
So, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is the name of this thing. And it's a strategy game?
It's a strategy shooter XCOM game?
It's Mario XCOM.
Yeah.
And it looks kind of good.
I think this officially covers Mario in all
possible genres. I don't know, has Mario been in a...
music game?
Yes. Yes, he has.
He's been in a medical game?
Yep.
He's been in the sports games, plenty.
Uh-huh, this is true.
Racing, shooter.
What hasn't Mario done?
Adventure, platformers, 2D and 3D.
Mario hasn't been in a... No? I guess this is it.
He's an RPG.
He's been in everything. Mario hasn't been in a... Wait, no. I was going to say in a first-person shooter, then I remember Yoshi's Safari exists.
Yeah.
Man, I don't got anything.
What about like a Pokemon type?
Like an RPG?
No.
Mario's been in an RPG.
I know, it's Pokemon. No, it's
Super
RPG.
Mario RPG.
I know. But I'm talking about like where like he collects like cards or his friends and does battle with them.
A card battle game. Okay, so Mario hasn't been in a card battle game.
A card-based game.
So that's next,
Okay.
is what you're saying. Next E3, Mario Kart Battler.
Or even like a mobile Mario Kart battle.
Mario Hearthstone.
There you go. Yes.
I'd play Mario Hearthstone.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Something like that.
There we go. Although there was this Mario Party based card game. I'm not even kidding. This existed that interacted with the e-reader for the Game Boy Advance. That's a real thing, and I had it. I had a pack of Mario Party cards. It was like a card game with Mario Party. It wasn't a battle game, but it was a card game.
Okay.
So Mario has been in a card game, but not that kind of card game.
Okay. Not that kind of card game, but Mario Kart game has existed.
So, close enough.
I guess, yeah. Mario Gambler?
Mario Casino?
Mario Casino?
No, maybe he hasn't been in a casino game. but I don't know.
I'm sure it's been a
It's
casino
probably
like
been
levels.
in a pachinko game.
Yeah,
Seeing
but
as
Pachinko.
Japan is obsessed with pachinko.
if that would count because that's a gambling machine.
Yeah. Okay, we're way off
Yeah.
track here. So yes, Mario Rabbids, it looks like XCOM. It might be good. It looks pretty, but the Rabbids stuff is super weird.
And now let's get to the cream of this cake here.
Probably the best game that they showed at the show.
Yep.
Because holy
The sequel to Super Mario Iliad.
That's good.
Super Mario Odyssey.
I like that a lot. All right, yes, they showed more Super Mario Odyssey. And oh my god, I need that game like now.
Yes.
So yeah,
Okay.
it looks so good, and they introduced the new mechanic, which Mario can throw his hat onto enemies and non-player
Become
characters and become them.
The enemy.
So
They get the hat, they get the mustache, they get the goofy eyes.
oh, it's so good. You could be a Bullet Bill.
Yes.
You can be a person. You can be like a real human.
Yes.
Because apparently Mario is not a real human.
Nope.
I don't know what they're saying about that, but it's clear. He's not a human.
It's gigantism.
He's like Elephant Man Mario.
No. Mario himself is short. It's everyone around him is gigantism.
Oh, okay. In New Donk City, it's a virus that's going around in New Donk City.
Yep.
Also, I still love New Donk City. Man, yeah, and they ended the thing with Mario becoming the T-Rex.
Yes.
But besides the becoming stuff, it also looks like a lot of really great Mario platforming and boss battles, and just it looks so good.
Yep.
I don't even know how to handle what I saw, but
I'm sure.
And everybody who played it-
Nintendo's smart. They're going to bundle this thing with the Switch.
oh, please do, because yeah, everybody like who played it so far, everybody's saying it's amazing. It just is amazing as it looks. So.
I just watched the trailer out
I
here
wanna
about
play
that
that
long
thing.
ago. It looks amazing.
I want to play that
It
thing
looks
so
good.
bad, so bad.
That'd be
Super Mario 64 is one of my favorite games ever, so I'm so excited for that thing.
so. That is the reason we will buy a Switch and then just
Yes.
back catalog everything.
Yeah, we need one of those things now.
Yeah.
We have to get one.
No.
We have to get
Yes.
one. We have to.
Yes.
We really do.
As I told my coworker,
This was.
I'll
so
either
funny.
buy it when I get my bonus,
Yeah.
or I'll buy it sometime during the summer when I'm bored.
But yeah, I mean, if I needed something to sell me on it, and this E3 sold me on it.
Yeah.
This and Metroid, I think, are the reasons to buy a Switch for me. And so yeah, I think we
Yeah.
have to get one.
If
now.
you didn't already own it because of Zelda,
We have to get one.
you're gonna get one because of Mario.
Yeah.
Zelda!
If we can find one.
Says the person with the Zelda shirt on.
Zelda! Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, but that's not it for Nintendo. There were a couple other things. You don't need to turn that back on. I already know.
Okay.
In the Treehouse show after, they did a couple of 3DS announcements. Because if you'll notice, all the announcements at their Direct were
For the Switch.
It was not a 3DS show at all, but that's because they kept the couple of 3DS games till after the show. One of them being a Metroid game.
I saw that.
Surprise, surprise. Metroid
Metroid
will be
Redux.
back on 3DS for the first time. Keep in mind, there was no DS Metroid game, or traditional Metroid game.
Right.
This will be a side-scrolling Metroid game. However, it will not be a main series Metroid game. It's a remake of Metroid 2, which was the Game Boy game. So, expectations a little tempered by that. I wasn't looking forward to a remake. I wanted this to be an original game. However, what they did show looked really cool. And I didn't play a lot of Metroid 2. It's super hard on Game Boy. And so, this will be interesting to come back to.
Yeah, well, you're also a more experienced gamer now.
This is also true, but I bought that pretty late. So,
Okay.
I bought it used at GameStop.
Alright.
But yeah, so yeah, it looks cool, and it looks like there'll be some more melee stuff for Samus, which is new for the side-scrolling stuff. Like, she doesn't usually do, like, up-close combat, but it looks like there's a lot of, like, hit enemies away and stun them so you can shoot them, which is a neat thing to add. So we'll see how that works out. So I'll probably pick that up when that comes out. I love Metroid.
Okay.
And then they also showed that there's going to be a remake, a 3DS remake of the original Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which was originally a GBA game. It will have new content, and will have completely redone graphics. So, look cool. I'm glad that they're doing that. because I never got to play that game. So cool. But that was it for Nintendo, and thus that was it for the press conferences.
Yes.
So
last thing I could mention that there is a new Kingdom Hearts trailer out.
There is, yes.
There also is a patch for those of you who did buy the PS4 Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5.
Yeah.
Just adds 2 cutscenes and fixes a glitch.
Cool.
But yeah, that new trailer premiered during the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra that we mentioned last year.
Yeah.
Finally came around this year, and I was supposed to go to it, and let's just say my brother better enjoyed it for me.
There you go.
I said happy birthday. It gave us a happy present.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the show. I mean, there's stuff that's happening right now.
So overall thoughts on the show?
So I am mixed, and the reason why I say I'm mixed is because up until Nintendo on Tuesday morning,
yes,
I was kind of disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Only kind of. Like, I thought Microsoft had a surprisingly good showing. I thought they did what they needed to do with the X. I thought Sony was alright, besides being kind of boring for me, because there wasn't necessarily anything that I was like, oh, dude, at Sony. But overall, like, there are a lot of games, and I think, if anything, all those conferences just solidified that there are just so many games.
Yeah.
And there's just something for everybody right now. There's literally something for everybody. And it's amazing. Like, just the variety of stuff that's going to come out. And then Nintendo happened, and then I'm like, okay, the stuff that they had to show was some of my favorite things that I've seen at an E3 in, like, 5 years.
Right, well, this is also...
I'm super jazzed.
Well, this is also because you grew up with Nintendo.
I mean,
You're
that's
Nintendo
partially
fanboy-ish.
That's partially it.
You could say.
But then again, I haven't played a lot of Nintendo games. I haven't owned a Nintendo console since the Wii.
Right.
And so I think that it's just them finally figuring out, or they're finally making sequels to my favorite games. I had to wait out a generation for them to do it.
Yeah.
So that's it's kind of a combination of things, I guess. But yeah, regardless, I think it was a solid show. Like, overall, I think one of the ones that I'll remember.
I think that the overall shows definitely hit a strong point, saying that there's a bunch of games for everyone. Yeah. There's games galore. People who want games, who want to be gamers, there's something out there for everyone.
Yeah, Microsoft didn't mention anything but games.
That being said...
Which is crazy, because they have, they completely dropped all of the TV stuff.
Right. That being said, I'm not impressed by anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that...
There was no Shadow Kid that said, I have to have that now.
Oh, I don't know. That was Wolfenstein and Mario for me.
Right.
Those were the two
Wolfenstein!
I was like, I have to play both of those. I want to play both of those.
Yeah, there's just that I didn't have that fair. Moment for...
I mean, that's true, but keep in mind, you also didn't have that moment with Horizon when they showed it last year.
Yeah.
And yet Horizon, you really ended up enjoying.
Yes.
So, who knows? Maybe there's something that we saw that you're going to really end up liking when you actually play it.
Right.
Like, maybe Spider-Man's going to be freaking cool.
Right.
Like, it could be that game. So, there's stuff that maybe we just don't know.
There's stuff out there that I'll definitely play and I'll definitely enjoy.
Freaking Destiny 2, we're going to play some Destiny 2 later this year. We're going to play, I think Anthem looks really nice.
But, yeah, but what I'm saying is that there was no, stunner game that just completely...
No major surprise for you.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I mean, overall, and it's not done. There might be even still new stuff coming out in the last couple days of the show. So if
developers are still at the conference, they're still getting asked questions.
So yeah, if anything trickles out,
all it takes is fatigue for them to leak something.
That's true. So yeah, if anything that trickles out that we didn't cover, we'll talk about it briefly next week, I'm sure. But for now, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much E3. So yeah, video games. If you like video games, there's a lot of video games.
Yep.
And I feel myself losing my voice right now.
All right, and that's
so we should probably end this podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna come up on 2 hours here.
Woo!
Yep. So yeah, that does it for us. We are Media Bill Podcast. If you want to read more of our thoughts on this thing,
MediaBillPodcast.com.
Yes, we have a website.
It's
we
the
are
destination We have new stuff coming up every day, so keep an eye on it, bookmark it, visit it, tell your friends. We also are on social media channels. Our new stories go up on Twitter live as soon as they become live. So follow us on MediaBoatCast, at MediaBoatCast on Twitter, to find all our tweets about our newest stories and when we go live on this very podcast.
Yep.
And then, yes, YouTube is where you can find our channel,
MediaBoat Podcast.
You can find us on Facebook, MediaBoat Podcast. Just search it, and you can like our page there, follow our updates.
Yep.
You can also find us on iTunes to follow the audio version of this podcast in case you don't want to see our crazy mugs. And Podbean, where our show is so graciously hosted by the good people over there. So yeah.
Graciously because we paid them.
Yes, that's very gracious that they took our money. So yes, everybody, so you know where to find us. Find us anywhere on the internet. We are the Media Boat Podcast. We will be back next week around 8 o'clock, probably on time next week.
Yep.
We'll see.
I'm officially back. I'm not traveling anytime soon.
So yeah, we'll be live.
Yeah.
On next Wednesday with more. So see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop.
Bye.
Well, it'll stop recording first.
Bye.
Maybe.
Bye.
Alright. And then YouTube after, I don't think there's any comments. I don't think everyone was watching.
I wasn't watching it, but yeah, I think we need to.
You know, so just pull it up real quick. Tyler was not watching.
No.
Yep, no, nothing. Alright,
Cool.
let's go
Bye.
stop it.